Workforce for Recovery program at the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce. This is the title slide to our first training. So we offer training for employers to create a recovery-friendly culture in regards to substance use disorder, mental health, and fair chance hiring. So the title says it all: be a change agent, shifting culture mindsets. That's what we're working on, is that culture. I want to show you guys the Kentucky Comeback, or the website up here. It's KentuckyComeback.com. So we have lots of resources for HR, C-suite, different individuals within an organization on that website. So learn more about the initiative to transform Kentucky's approach to addiction and corrections. And so some things that are on there are, we're sponsored by, or we're supported by the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. Yes, if you might recognize that name, Facebook. And then also our partners, EKSEP, Kentuckiana Health Collaborative, also Kentucky Justice and Public Safety Cabinet, and Office of Drug Control and Policy, and also Cabinet for Health and Family Services. So those are our partners, those are our supporters, those are our funders. And then just to think about what's going on here in the workforce. So 75% of adults ages 18 to 64 who are struggling with substance use disorder are active in the workforce. Keyword, active. So you have employers that say, oh, I don't want to hire people like that. I don't want people like that in my organization. Guess what? They're already there. They're already there. So we're talking about individuals now in recovery though, but you do have individuals who are active in substance use disorder in the workforce already. But we're asking you to hire individuals that are in recovery, that have been formerly incarcerated, that have moved beyond that. And then 66% of adults who misuse opioids, talking about the opioid epidemic, are silently suffering. So they're in your workforce and you have no idea about it because they are silently suffering. So no one knows. That's 66%. And then pop quiz, mental and substance abuse disorders will surpass all physical diseases as a major cause of disability worldwide in what year? What year do you guys think?
2025.
Okay, we got 2025. Somebody else, come on. You're dying to answer.
2029.
2020. It was last year. It was last year. Mental and substance abuse disorders surpassed all physical diseases as a major cause of disability worldwide last year. So path to transformational employment, this is what we do at the Chamber. We look at the organizational culture change. So what's your culture like? So I have employers say, well, if someone comes forward and they come to me and they say they're struggling with substance use disorder or mental health, or then I'll get them help. I'll help them. Okay, well, if your culture is not conducive to that, I promise you no one's gonna come forward. No one's gonna come forward and say that they're struggling if that culture is not in place. And then we look at benefits. So do your benefits cover things like therapy, inpatient, outpatient, residential therapy, medicated assisted treatment like Suboxone? Do your benefits cover those things? And then employment, reemployment. So we're talking about utilizing individuals like DOC or EKSEP for recruiting individuals in recovery. Why should you hire someone in recovery? Why should you do that? If not just out of the goodness of your heart because you think they make good employees, then let's look at your bottom line. Employees in recovery miss less work and take off work less often, have less sick days, and have less turnover than who? The general workforce. So they make excellent employees. And then look at your HR policies, your drug and alcohol policy, look at those, make sure that they're very clear, and we work with those also. And then training for management, HR, and staff, we offer that. At the Chamber, we offer training, like I said, on substance use disorder and mental health for managers, supervisors, C-suite. Because why do we offer training? Have you guys ever heard of anything called stigma? The stigma that surrounds it. Because some individuals may think they don't have stigma towards this, but it lingers within the workforce. And so it has to start from the top and trickle down. That's why we train your management staff. On Kentucky Comeback, there's an employer resource guide. We created this, so COVID happened and I was traveling the state, speaking in front of 5 people or 5,000 people, and then I was working out of my living room. I even had to buy a desk because I was working there all the time, still am. But this is great that we're out today. So what happened was we thought, what do we do now? And so employers wanna know a roadmap, what to do, how to become recovery friendly, how to work on that culture. So we created this employer resource guide, and it took about, I'd say 2.5, 3 months, because we looked at all the credible sources, statistics, lots of information. We've put additional resources on there with our partners, but that's how long it'd probably take you as an employer to figure out the things that you need to know to create that culture. But we did that for you, put it in a resource guide and put a bow on it, put it on this website. So what's included in that? Information about culture, that recovery-friendly culture, background checks, drug screenings, retention, recruiting, policies, procedures, education, training, benefit, and additional resources. That's what all is included in this resource guide. Some examples are, there's educational flyers. So you're talking about that recovery-friendly culture. What's something you can do? Well, you can hang up flyers. You can put flyers in a monthly newsletter. These flyers consist of employee engagement, substance use disorder, stigma, maintaining mental health while working from home. So you can put these on the back of the bathroom stall. I've heard that's a good place to put them. I don't know. That's what employers say, because people read stuff when they're there. Or you can put them in your newsletter. So these are free. They're PDF files. You can print them off and utilize them. Policies and procedures, if you need help with that, if you want to update your policies and procedures, we have those online. They can be edited, they are fillable. You can put your company name, you can put your company logo. They have been passed through legal. I always suggest you pass them through your legal department as well. And then the who's hiring. So you want to hire individuals. There's a who's hiring job board. And what you do is you simply go on there and you can select, I'm a fair chance employer. Does that mean I'm asking you to hire everybody off the streets? No, it's not. I'm saying you give individuals a fair chance just like anyone else. So you can go on this job board, it's like I said, free. You can post a job, and then individuals looking for employment can download the latest Fair Chance Who's Hiring report. If you don't want to select Fair Chance, that's fine, but I think we're all here for a common purpose, so you probably do. But there is a job posting that'll come up that's not Fair Chance. But we have over 18,000 Fair Chance jobs on this job board. So people are submitting jobs and people are looking. So addiction does not discriminate. What do you see? What do you guys see? What is this picture of? Just call it out. Mugshot. Do you see anything else?
Somebody that's broken.
Somebody that's broken. Do you see the soullessness in the eyes? Lost. Dealing with anxiety, depression, lots of struggles. That individual was me 8 years ago. So recovery is possible. People can change. 8 years ago, I was living in my car, using the bathroom in a bucket. Before that, I was a businesswoman. I was a pharmaceutical sales representative, top performer, number 5 out of 10,000, traveling the world. Had a couple surgeries, got addicted to opioids. My company turned their head to this, swept it under the rug. I even tried to commit suicide on a business trip in Las Vegas. What happened? They sent me to the hospital, wheeled out through the Bellagio, poured charcoal down my throat, going to the hospital, then going to the psych ward for a couple weeks. No one from my company ever called and checked on me, ever stopped to check on me. I was simply expected to get back on an airplane, fly back to Kentucky, and go to work that next Monday, which I did. A couple weeks after that, what happened? Because they turned their head, they let me go. They just simply let me go. They terminated my employment. So after that, I went home, and then I started using methamphetamines. That's exactly what I'm on in this picture, if you couldn't tell. That's why I look so soulless, because it does, it takes your soul. But it was my best friend, and it was the love of my life. And I would have done anything to get it, and I did do anything to get it. But then I got arrested, went to jail, went to treatment for a year, came out, was a counselor, case manager, peer support specialist, because I do have a bachelor's in psychology. Then after that, this position came open with the Kentucky Chamber as an employment specialist, helping educate employers on mental health, on substance use disorder. And I thought to myself, I lived that. I lived through that. I lost my career. But then I thought, how we think if we're in recovery First in Recovery, I thought I would never get hired. They would never look at me because I have a record. I've been formerly incarcerated, and it's not a pretty record either. I'm gonna get it expunged pretty soon. I gotta wait because I was on probation for a while, so it's not time just yet. But I think in December it is. But 350 people applied for the position. 2 people got employed, me and one other individual. And now I'm honored to say that I'm the director of the program. So people do change. Recovery is possible, and they make excellent employees. So I encourage you to look at this untapped talent pool within your organizations, within your businesses, because they make excellent employees. And so thank you for being here, and thank you for what you do, and thank you to all the partners for what you do, and for everybody coming together for this common purpose. And that's all I've got. Thank